everyone, welcome to another episode of Bad Celebrity House Designs. Today we're going to talk about Demi Lovato's house as presented by AD, and just a little bit about her designer and what they usually do for other clients. I think everyone's watched this so far, and if you haven't, then this is going to be interesting. I tracked down the company she worked with. The designer works for this company, Argyle. I think there's two. There's two people in this project, Kat Bell and James Drew. I don't know if they both worked on her house, but this is what he does. He has a nice style. He likes to work with interesting art pieces and as furniture, so they are definitely a statement. They're also functional. He has a way of bringing unusual things into the room, such as this pillowcase that really draws your eyes out there, and I don't know, let's say this pink shelving that came out of nowhere basically. But he has a very cohesive style, and I know it's a little bit wacky, but it's not overboard. He knows what he's doing. But my guess is most of these designers have their own furniture collection and they're trying to push it everywhere, and maybe decor as well. Maybe he's doing decor, I don't know. But you can see a lot of kind of useless decor, something that I wouldn't necessarily think anyone needs, really. Like, oh, what is this? This is a shoe. Okay. But yeah, it's not great, it's not fantastic. He likes to play with shape. He combines a lot of new pieces with old pieces. My take is it's kind of luxurious, tacky. Like this bathroom, for example. Not a favorite, but a lot of playground vibes from this designer. And moving on to her house now. From the beginning, you can see a lot of discrepancies in the space. Again, I'm not going to show the entire video, I'm just going to skip through the important things and we'll tell you what I would do differently in, let's say, one case or another. So this is her entryway. From the beginning, you can kind of notice the same vibes with the furniture that the designer had on his page. You can notice obviously Demi's involvement in this because she has a lot of art pieces that she personally curated. In that sense, I'm not going to talk about the art pieces in the space because they're strictly personal, and obviously a designer has to incorporate that into their thing as well. But what I'm going to talk about is mostly the wallpapers, the furniture, the color combinations. Moving on, so
this is where I get ready. Having a glam room is really important to me because I spend so much time getting my hair and makeup done for jobs and everything, and so I wanted this room to feel really cozy.
Right, let's talk about this room. What bothers me the most. The wallpaper in the back doesn't have the same green tones as the rest of the walls, and that pisses me off. Like, as a designer, you couldn't have found the exact same color, because I really doubt. And it makes the room feel so out of balance because of that. So you have the pink that's predominant, obviously, the shade of pink, that's fine. But then the green in the background being two different shades, and then you have the blue couch as well. That's basically just an off green almost, but it's more blue than green. So many drapes for some reason, I don't know. I'm guessing she wanted the room to feel more cozy. So I personally would have hung the curtains right above the room. Having such a tall room being put down by the drapes is kind of a letdown. And so yeah, my beef with the discrepancy in the colors. The wallpaper and the walls don't they don't go. And the curtains, and maybe questionable lamps, but that could be just a personal choice. But yeah. Moving on to the living room. Let's show you this magnificent place. There are so many things wrong with this. So many things wrong. I'm guessing, you know, when you have a client, usually as a designer, you go with some samples, you go with some color choices that you previously decided on that would go well with, let's say, this wallpaper or that piece of furniture or that carpet, and you go and present her this, like, this combination. There's so many things wrong with this. Okay, you wanted an all-green wall, that's fine, but then the choice of wallpaper in the background, it's so bad. Green does go well with purple, but not these two shades. That shade of green in the background looks kind of like vomit, if you ask me. And combining it with that color of the couch, that color of the couch would have gone well with the purple, but not the green in the background. It just looks like vomit and poop. There, I said it. It looks so old. In a bad way. It looks like such a regular space. Like, basically you found these things and then let's just put them in. They definitely work together. They don't. They really don't. Especially like the chairs. The chairs on the right. On the right. Again, considering the whole vibe of the room, nailed it. It's horrible. They're all horrible. Good job. Right. Next up we have the kitchen, and this is where it all crashes and burns.
This is my kitchen, still really light, good energy, and I wanted to keep it distinct from the living room, so we have this amazing Gucci wallpaper. It's really important to pay attention to details. We have these like handles that are really fun. What I love about this space are the colors that this brings and the contrast that it has to the living room. I think that having a giant island is really important when you're hosting.
Right, I'm gonna pause it here so we can talk about it. First of all, the wallpaper. I did mention it before that. I think it's horrible. But look at the way it combines with the orange wood furniture that he picked for this. Not a good choice. Combining that kind of color with the blue would have maybe worked with the wallpaper, but not in the context that you have the purple behind you and everything else going on, and also the wallpapers, the way they combine in the corner. So you have the hallway coming up soon, and it has a different wallpaper than the kitchen, which it's not a great combination at all. Moving on to the kitchen nook, which has this pendant light hanging down. I think you kind of lose it in the background, because honestly what I would have done, I would have picked some big volume, something that would get your attention more than just having a see-through kind of pendant that I don't know, for me it's already too much with the wallpaper in the background. Yeah, I think this image sums it up. I don't know, it looks really childish. Maybe that's what the vibe was for this, but combining it with the rest of the house, it really, like, all the rooms are so disconnected and they make no sense. But moving on to the dining room. First of all, you have the chandelier that really makes no sense in this context. You see this room and that chandelier is from a different world entirely. Especially when you have this hideous leopard carpet, which for some reason every celebrity goes for leopard or tiger prints, and it's so kitschy. It's so kitschy. Why? You made it in Hollywood if you have a tiger print in your house, okay? I'm guessing. I'm gonna skip the shroom room entirely if you don't know what it is. I have no words. I like the chandelier, but nothing else in the room. I get the vibes. It's strictly I'm getting high. This is the room. Ah yes, the bathroom. Again with the tiger print. What? Why? Why is there? There's so many other things you can pick. Like, so many other things. Why is it always tiger print? And also, couches in the bathroom because of the steam, are gonna eventually develop molds. I don't know if it's the best thing to have in the bathroom, unless they are specifically made for that. But I don't think anyone thinks too much of it. I think they just like, I like this couch, I'm just gonna put it in the bathroom. I think that's mostly all the important things I wanted to talk about. The rest is just kind of her office and the backyard, which I'm not really interested in. That's kind of a personal space that you make however you want to make. Right, this house has a lot of issues. I have a lot of issues with the color combinations, the patterns that really make no sense in the I get the quirky furniture, but if it's quirky, it shouldn't make sense in the space, regardless if it's quirky or not. If you want to have a heart-shaped couch, okay, you do that. But there's many ways of incorporating that in a very good way in your design, and I don't think this designer thought about it too much, to be honest. I'm guessing when you have big clients like her, you kind of want to just please her and do whatever she asks, but you still come up with these ideas, you still come up with these art pieces, not the art pieces, let's say furniture pieces, the chandeliers, the color combinations, the wallpapers. You choose that, you make a presentation, and she's like, I like this, I want this differently, and so on. It's like kind of like a debate. Yeah, that's kind of what I had to say about this house.